Hello. I have decided to do a weekly embody map or embody your evolution map to kind of give you guys a signpost for how this coming week is looking energetically. So, here is the first weekly embody map for us. And I wanted to kind of go through this map quickly and kind of explain what I'm feeling in the world at the moment. This is an evergreen tree. An evergreen tree on a body map represents a templating what you want for the reality to be in your life. So when the evergreen tree comes in, it means we want to set into our lives a template of how we would like things to be. And it's generally in the fifth chakra that the template arrives. So I feel like this week is actually more of a second chakra week, and we'll talk about that right here. It's a second chakra level week of focus, but right now it's coming in as a guidance for us to go ahead and template what we want in the world, set our plan out towards that, and set it in to our action point. A second chakra focus means it's time to take action, take a risk. Go ahead and step out and do something that you feel lined up and called to do. So this is the week for you to figure out what layers you want to bring into the world, template into your life, and to go ahead and listen into your gut. And if it lines up, take action and go after it. This evergreen tree has 3 tiers. And I think right now this is kind of a collective map. So what this map represents actually is a ground 4 total, 4 as foundation. You have a root system here, and the number 4 came in on the root system. So we need to start templating in a foundation. And right now this foundation is on the masculine side is using healing tools. That's goldenrod, healing tools for healing in your life, action steps, healing activities, healing strategies to stay grounded and centered in where we need to take action in our lives. And then on the feminine side here, we have superpower color. So the color of superpowers, being who you are, feeling who you've always been, knowing what you're exceptional at, and rooting in that so that you can receive what you need from the roots and move forward. So we have use your healing strategies and receive and feel grounded and anchored in who you are and who you are when you're in flow, what you're amazing at. Okay, so we're going to anchor in those. Then we're going to move up to the second tier here. And here, this whole tier, this lowest tier of the tree is the color of Mother Nature. So I think right now for us as a collective, we're really dealing with an aspect of life that is about Mother Nature. The earth is asking us to pay attention here between second and third chakra. It's time for us to look at nature and see what's going on. And this big clock came in the middle of Mother Nature right now. And it's kind of foreboding, and I don't think it needs to be so foreboding. But the clock is showing that right now on the physical layer, it feels a little bit like the physical things that are happening in our world are like dark times, right? So we have something going on where it feels like the times are feeling rough and challenging. And we're seeing evidence of that in the physical level if it's a red color. And then the final hours came in here in Feisty Love in Action. So I think that color is saying we got to get together. We've got to get ourselves together. There are things that are showing especially in nature that are showing us we need to pay attention and that the world's not going the way we need it to go necessarily. And we need to start loving ourselves enough to start taking action in this timing in order to get us moving where we need to go. And then these wheels, the hands of the clock were just kind of spinning around for me. And so it almost feels a little chaotic. Like we don't know what we're doing. We don't know where we're going. We're just going around in circles. And so, but the circles here came in as green, and this is emerald green. So I think what we're needing to look at in order to center ourselves in where we take action, how we get through what the challenges are that are hitting us, is our values. So consider, and in this case, there were 3 arrows. So you may want to look at, and 3 tiers of the tree. What do you value? And what do you want to hold as your heart value as you start to make those choices on what you're going to do to be loving to help make some changes in the physical world? And that as a collective is going to change. This orange color is going to start changing our ways of dealing with second chakra issues. So that is money, power, career, the values we have around that level. Okay, so Mother Nature is supporting us. This is Mother Nature green. She will always support us. But at this time, we're being asked, we're being called to take some action and make some changes around defining our values so that we can take action and start to move through our lives on that level. The second tier up here is this is the color of health. So our heart to our throat, collectively right now, we need to focus on being healthy and health in general, making healthy choices for us. And they gave us the grounded color brown here for stay the course. So I do feel like if you're going to stay, if you chose to stay on the planet after COVID, you may want to anchor in, ground in, because we're going to stay and we're going to ground ourselves in what is healthy as we move forward. And then here at the top of the map, you'll see that the fifth chakra up, we have this color of resilience of the heart. So it seems that we know why we came here. We know what we're here to do. We have it in our hearts to be resilient. And there's also this blue color here on the edges that if you don't remember why you came, it's asking you to remember. So going back in, there's a piece of life right now on this spirit level that's at a tipping point in the color of evolutionary growth leap. So we're at a tipping point that's going to keep us one way or the other. And tipping point for me means we've already hit like our 100th monkey, right? We're already hitting our collective evolution. And so we're at that tipping point, and all we have to do is stay the course, right? Remember why we came and keep ourselves in the resilience of who we know we are, of what we are here and care about through our hearts. And then up here at the top of the page is, they gave me just solar wind. Okay, so it seems like something to do with solar wind is hitting this week, and it's going to help us with getting our tipping points going forward in the week to come. So the take home for this one, I do feel like I also want to talk about common sense. Second chakra is about common sense. And Jacob Lieberman spoke to me recently, and when he said the words common sense, it struck me how strong the word common is in that. And common and sense is how we sense our environment, right? So what is our common sense here around where we're growing, what we need to do, so that we can take action from that place? I think what was common sense in the past may not be what's happening right now. We're at a tipping point of evolving. So we do have to anchor in something that we know will help us and that we know we are able to do. We have to look around and see Mother Nature is showing us a reflection of where we need to grow. We want to anchor our hearts in healing or health, right? What's healthy for our lives, for the collective planet. And we want to be grounded in taking action on that. And then the sun is nudging us along or blowing us along here to help us move and evolve into that final layer. All right. We'll see you next week for another map. It was great. Thank you for joining me.